Hello everybody, my name is Ezekiel Tyrus and I really like root beer. Today we are going to be reviewing Virgil's root beer. Let me take a picture of that, Virgil's root beer. Virgil's root beer, I got a 4-pack from Real Foods, which is an organic grocery store over in Russian Hill. It's been in San Francisco since the late 60s. I believe they have 2 or 3 locations. And currently my girlfriend Michelle works at the one in Russian Hill. It's in an organic restaurant, it's in an organic grocery store because this microbrewed gourmet root beer called Virgil's, I don't know, there might be too much of a glare, but it has all natural ingredients, pure cane sugar, natural spices, and natural everything, which makes it not just a gourmet root beer, but actually makes it an organic root beer because everything is natural in there. So that's certainly a selling point. It has kind of a neat, it's not going to come out very well, but the presentation is kind of like this lumberjack with a green check flannel on with an apron, and he's got long hair and a beard and mustache, and he's got like a great big pitcher of what looks like root beer and a bunch of mugs of root beer, and it looks like a bunch of kids all eager to have some of that good Virgil's root beer. Kind of Swiss Family Robinson type of motif. And I'm probably showing my age. I was born in '71, so I'm actually old enough to remember Swiss Family Robinson. Of course, then again, it also looks like the family from Amityville Horror. If anybody remembers the original one with James Brolin. But anyway, hey, this is a pretty good presentation. A little weird, let's face it. It's kind of weird. It's a weird presentation, but it's also kind of cool. It's hippies have families too, I guess. I don't know, or you know, is a hippie even a hippie anymore? It could be a hipster. So I don't know. But let's go ahead and give Virgil's a taste. Now, when I open up a root beer, I want a pure root beer smell. Sometimes I can go for a creamy root beer smell. This doesn't have a real strong root beer smell. I like to almost be inoculated. I almost like to really just pow, pow. I want that pure root beer smell. This one really doesn't have it. It's a cliche, but it almost smells a little bit like licorice. Okay, let's go give it a sip. Also, root beer is supposed to have a head on it. You can hear head on root beer because it's supposed to be making a fizz sound. This doesn't have that. Okay, so it doesn't have a real strong root beer smell, nor does it have a real strong root beer head. Let's give it a try. I gotta have another sip of this. Hold on. It's not bad. It's not bad. I rate everything based on bad, fair, good, very good, and great. I'm going to tell you right now, what I'm experiencing with Virgil's is the same thing I experience with a root beer that's based out of Hawaii. Hawaii produces a root beer that tastes like fruit soda. Hawaii has a root beer that tastes like fruit soda with just a faint trace of root beer. This is like a licorice soda with just a faint taste of root beer. You know, if you go to Walgreens and buy some of those root beer barrels, those little generic root beer barrels, and suck on those, you're going to get a stronger root beer taste than you do from this. Is it a good soda? Yes. As a soda, it's good. As a root beer, I can only give it a fair review. So I kind of dig the cover of Virgil's, and I bought a 4-pack, and I'll drink all of them. I do love root beer, but I cannot recommend this drink to root beer lovers because it doesn't have a strong root beer taste. It doesn't have root beer head. It doesn't have root beer, fizz. Sometimes when people experiment with root beer taste, Bedford's root beer is basically a very strong, hard root beer with a little taste of cinnamon. I love that root beer. There's several root beers that actually throw butterscotch into it. Right now I'm forgetting the names of some of these root beers, but there's a root beer that has wintergreen, and you have this wonderful root beer plush wintergreen aftertaste. The aftertaste in Virgil's kind of tastes like licorice. But like I said, there's not a whole lot of fizzy carbonation in this. So I don't see myself buying Virgil's again anytime soon. But hey, it's organic. It's not a bad root beer. It doesn't suck. It doesn't have a bad taste. It isn't a good or great root beer. It's a fair root beer, a good soda. Not all root beer reviews have good reviews. What can I say? Thank you. And I'm Ezekiel Tyrus at Root Beer Reviews.